Listen closely, my friends. There is a version of you that pressure cannot break, betrayal cannot destroy, rejection cannot control, failure cannot keep down. And the Stoics believe that version of you isn't something you're born with. It's something you build. Think about the last time life didn't go your way. Someone you trusted disappointed you. Someone rejected you. You worked hard for something and still failed. Maybe you looked around and wondered, why does everything feel like it's happening to me? That is the moment most people surrender their power. They blame the situation. They blame other people. They wait for motivation to return. But a Stoic asks a completely different question. What can I do with what I have right now? Marcus Aurelius was an emperor surrounded by war, political pressure, illness, betrayal, and uncertainty. Yet his greatest battle wasn't against the enemies outside his walls. It was against the weakness inside his own mind. And that's where the Stoics understood something we desperately need today. You don't become unbreakable by creating a life where nothing hurts you. You become unbreakable by building a mind that knows what to do when life hurts. Today, we're going through 7 Stoic rules that can help you build exactly that. And the final rule may be the one that changes how you see every problem in your life. Rule 1, control what is yours. The first rule is simple: stop trying to control what was never yours to control. Your reputation isn't completely yours. Other people's opinions aren't yours. The past isn't yours. The future isn't yours. Even the behavior of people you love isn't yours. But your choices are, your actions are, your response is. Imagine someone insults you. The insult belongs to them, but what happens next belongs to you. You can spend the entire night replaying their words. You can imagine what you should have said. You can become angry. You can try to prove yourself. Or you can pause and ask, is this within my control? If it isn't, why are you giving it your peace? This doesn't mean becoming passive. It means becoming precise with your energy. A Stoic doesn't waste strength fighting battles he cannot win. He puts that strength into the one place where it can actually change something, himself. The moment you understand this, life becomes lighter, not because your problems disappear, but because you stop carrying problems that were never yours. Rule 2, do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. Here's a truth modern life doesn't like hearing: you will not always feel motivated. And if your life depends on motivation, your life will always be unstable. There will be mornings when you don't want to get up, days when your goals feel pointless, moments when you're tired, moments when you're afraid, moments when quitting feels easier than continuing. That's where discipline begins. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that he had responsibilities to fulfill even when comfort was calling him back to bed. The lesson is powerful. You don't need to feel ready to do what matters. You just need to do it. The man who trains only when motivated becomes weak when motivation disappears. The man who trains because he has decided who he wants to become becomes stronger every day. So don't ask yourself, do I feel like doing this? Ask, what needs to be done? Then do it. One difficult morning, one uncomfortable decision, one promise kept, one distraction resisted, one more day of showing up. That's how an unbreakable mind is forged, not in one heroic moment, but through thousands of ordinary decisions. Rule 3, stop needing everyone to understand you. This one will change your relationships. You don't need everyone to understand you. You don't need everyone to approve of your choices. You don't need to explain every decision. And you certainly don't need to convince people of your worth. Think about how much energy people waste trying to prove themselves, explaining why they said no, explaining why they walked away, explaining why they changed, explaining why they chose a different path. And sometimes they're not even trying to understand you, they're trying to change your mind. A Stoic learns to recognize the difference. You can explain yourself once. You can speak honestly. You can communicate respectfully. But after that, let people think what they want. Your character doesn't become weaker because someone misunderstands it. Your path doesn't become wrong because someone doesn't approve of it. And your worth doesn't decrease because someone refuses to recognize it. The strongest person in the room isn't always the loudest. Sometimes it's the person who can hear criticism and remain completely at peace. Rule 4, use pain as training. Here's where most people make a mistake. When pain enters their life, they immediately ask, "Why me?" The Stoic asks, "What can this teach me?" That's a completely different mindset. Imagine losing something you worked years to build. Your first reaction might be anger, then fear, then disappointment. You might think your life has been set back. But eventually, you have a choice. You can allow the pain to become your identity, or you can turn it into training. Rejection can teach you independence. Failure can teach you humility. Betrayal can teach you discernment. Hardship can teach you endurance. Loneliness can teach you how to stand without applause. This doesn't mean pretending pain doesn't hurt. Stoicism isn't about becoming a robot. It's about refusing to let pain become the author of your life. Pain is real, but what you build from it is still your choice. And sometimes the chapter you desperately wanted to avoid becomes the chapter that makes you stronger than you ever imagined. Rule 5, master your reaction. There is a tiny space between what happens to you and what you do next. That space is where your power lives. Someone provokes you, you have a choice. Someone disrespects you, you have a choice. Someone sends you a message designed to make you angry, you have a choice. And here's what most people do: they react instantly. They send the message, they raise their voice, they make the decision. Then 20 minutes later, they regret it. The Stoic creates a pause. A few seconds of silence can save you from hours of regret. Before you react, breathe, ask, will this response make me stronger or weaker? If your anger is controlling your mouth, you're not controlling yourself. If another person's behavior can instantly dictate your emotions, they have more control over you than they should. Real strength isn't never feeling anger. Real strength is feeling anger and still choosing your response. Rule 6, practice discomfort. If you make your entire life comfortable, you make yourself fragile. That's why the Stoics deliberately practiced discomfort, not because they hated pleasure, but because they understood something. A person who has never faced discomfort becomes terrified when comfort disappears. So occasionally, choose the harder path. Wake up when you want to stay in bed. Put the phone down. Train when you're tired. Spend time alone. Finish the task you keep postponing. Say no when saying yes would be easier. Go without something you don't actually need. Why? Because every time you willingly face discomfort, you're teaching your mind, I can handle this. Eventually, something changes. Problems that once terrified you become manageable. Discipline becomes normal. Temptation becomes easier to resist. And adversity stops feeling like the end of the world. You begin to realize, if life gets harder, I can get stronger. That is a dangerous mindset in the best possible way. Rule 7. Remember that nothing is permanent. And now we reach the final rule. One of the most powerful ideas in Stoic philosophy is also one of the hardest to accept. Everything changes. Your problems will change. Your relationships will change. Your circumstances will change. Your body will change. Your successes will change. Even the people you love most will eventually leave this world. At first, that sounds depressing. But the Stoics saw something liberating inside it. If nothing lasts forever, then neither does your suffering. The terrible season you're experiencing right now will not remain exactly as it is. The rejection will fade. The failure will become a memory. The person who hurt you will become part of your past. And the version of yourself who struggled through it will become someone you barely recognize. So stop demanding that life remain exactly the way you want it. Accept change. Adapt to it. Use it. Because the person who understands impermanence doesn't panic every time life shifts. He bends without breaking. He loses without becoming lost. He suffers without surrendering. And when everything around him changes, he returns to the one thing he can still govern, himself. So let's bring these 7 rules together. Control what is yours. Do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. Stop needing everyone to understand you. Use pain as training. Master your reaction. Practice discomfort. And finally, remember that nothing is permanent. You don't become unbreakable because life stops attacking you. You become unbreakable because every time life hits you, you learn how to stand again. Maybe you've been waiting for your circumstances to change. Maybe you've been waiting for someone to recognize your value. Maybe you've been waiting to finally feel motivated. Stop waiting, start building. Because one day something will happen that you cannot control. And when that day comes, you won't need a perfect life. You won't need everyone's approval. You won't need everything to go your way. You'll need a mind that knows how to remain standing. That's what Stoicism gives you. Not a life without pain, not a life without failure, but the ability to meet both without surrendering who you are. If this lesson stayed with you, let me know your biggest takeaway in the comments. For more timeless Stoic wisdom, subscribe to the Stoic Forge and continue the journey. Protect your peace, master yourself, keep forging the mind of a Stoic. I'll see you in the next video.